I have this 10-10-10 triathlon warm-up routine. Don't worry folks, I'm doing my best here to try to avoid flats because I don't like flats very much either. Hi Trainiacs. You know what, as we get closer and closer now to about 9 days away from shutting down this office and we sell off everything, there's like nowhere to sit and talk to you. The brick background room doesn't have a couch. This room does not have an IKEA cubicle desk area. And Mul's off in the office editing the vlog. On the bright side, there's so much more room for activities. Look at this. I'm such an adult. Today, I know it's getting a little bit late into the race season, but I know that there's a really big chunk of you that are still coming into some of your races. And I, myself, have my first triathlon since Campeche, basically like this season. Because the Campeche race was March, so it's like, wasn't last season, didn't really feel like this season. So it feels like the first race that I'm doing this season is coming up in 5 days. 5 days until my first race. So, all that said, what am I saying? What am I getting at? I have this 10-10-10 triathlon warm-up routine. It's a 10-minute bike, a 10-minute run, a 10-minute swim to get ready for your first race. Well, any race, really, to get ready for your race. So when you're going into a triathlon, you don't want to be starting at a point that you're cold. You also don't want to be starting at a point that you're nervous. You want to basically get your body kind of to the level that it'll be at when it's working in the swim. So in my case, that's a heart rate of in between 100 and 130. So I want to get my heart rate ready. I want to open up my hips, my body. I want to let that heart rate feel like how it's going to feel when I go into the race, but I don't want to fatigue myself. So 10 minutes in each of the disciplines is basically the perfect amount of time to warm yourself up, get flexible, work out any kinks, while not taking too much out of your legs. How you want to do these warm-ups is in the reverse order of how the triathlon goes. So triathlon, swim, bike, run. In a warm-up, run, bike, swim. So for starters, go off and plan for about a 10-minute run where in the first 3 minutes of the run, you're just doing a light jog, a slightly faster pace than if you're walking. Over the next 3 minutes, start doing some dynamic stretches. I'll link to the video that I did up here with all the dynamic stretching drills that I use before a run. Do that for about 3 minutes. And then the last 4 minutes of that 10-minute chunk, start doing what are called strides. So once every minute of those 4 minutes, do a pickup where you're picking up to or over race pace for maybe just about 10 or 15 seconds. Like you're not going quite up to a sprint because that's gonna tire you out, but you're building a fair bit of speed and opening those legs up. Then you're done the run. That's it. You're 1/3 of the way to being ready. Then with the 10-minute bike, you're doing a similar thing. Go and get into your bike shoes, get into your biking attire, get the bike all ready before you do this so that you don't come back after the bike warm up and you're like, oh, now I have to go and get everything ready and tape everything on and get my shoes on. And then they kick you out of transition. No, get everything ready and then just go grab your bike out of transition, go for that 10-minute warm up where you're doing about 3 minutes or so, just light spin, 3 minutes or so at your race pace to bring that heart rate up, and then about 4 minutes where you're at your race pace and then you just do some 10 or 15 second surges to, again, open up those lungs, open up the cardiovascular system, and open up the legs. Give them a little bit of challenge. And then what you can do in these last 4-minute sections is build the building part. So start off in the first 4 minute of the 7th minute of those 10 minutes as 5 seconds hard, and then the next minute do 10 seconds hard, and the next minute 15 seconds hard, and then 20 seconds hard. By this time, your lungs, your cardiovascular system, your legs, they're all gonna be ready to go. Go and just rack your bike because it's all ready to go. Grab your wetsuit and all your swim stuff because it's gonna be getting very close to the start of the race. Walk down to the water, and ideally, you want to be able to get in the water. If you can't get in the water, hang on. We'll deal with that in a second. But assuming that you can get in the water, do a similar 10-minute warm-up where you're just going out and literally like just getting wet for the first 3 minutes. Just kind of splash around, throw some water in your buddy's face. They'll appreciate it, I promise. Then for the next 3 or 4 minutes, go out at a fairly steady pace, really loose, not too tough, but in the last 3 to 4 minutes of those 10 minutes, start doing some punchy efforts of about 5 to 15 seconds to get your heart rate up. Then here's the trick. When you get onto the beach and you're waiting to get started, you want to stay active. You want to be walking around. You want to be talking to people. You don't want to be standing there just like this. Because when you're standing there like this, all tensed up, your body language, it communicates with your brain, and then it makes you nervous, and it makes you unconfident, disconfident, less confident, not confident. So walk around, be loose, talk to people, ask how they're feeling. It'll help them too. The idea is to keep your heart rate up and keep yourself from thinking too much about the start of that race. So you want to keep your heart rate up in a good way. You don't want it to be up in a nervous way. Now, let's say that you can't get in the water. At very least, break some rules and go and splash some water in your face so you can get that feeling of the water on your face and you know what the temperature is going to be like. Then you can go and do some arm circles, and you want to do the same thing. You want to keep your body nice and loose, and what you can do is go and get some stretchy band. You can get some Taren, which is like as thick as that, or you can get like the sheets of rubber and go to maybe a partner and start doing some arm swings and arm pulls to practice your catch. And do some of these, and do some of these. You want to open up those shoulders and the neck and things like that in a similar fashion to as you would when you're swimming. Simple as that. Then stay loose, go out, enjoy the freaking race. You know what I enjoyed this morning? Another flat tire. I don't know what happened. I checked the inside of the brand new tire. I checked the inside of the wheel well in the tire. Nothing's poking out, nothing's cutting, there's no glass, there's no shards. Perfectly good ride. Right as the speed was about to pick up with the wind at our back, it was gonna be so much fun with the final sprint coming in from out of town. Bam! Flat tire. Fortunately, my buddy Ben stopped for me. Good man, that Ben. Good man. Okay, fellas, don't worry about what they say about you online. Still my home wheels. Since I've got 2 flats over the last week, and I think 2 flats earlier in the summer, everyone's up in the comments telling me about how I either maybe don't know how to change a tire, or I need to change my tire preference, or I don't know. Just a lot of static about flat tires. Sorry dudes, we got really crappy roads, and then in addition to that, these Alto wheels, their first run that I've got here, they've got a really tight tolerance. So the rubber that I put on it is so tight that I've got to use tire levers to wedge the tire back in when I replace the tube. Not a recommended practice. I almost always recommend that you just roll it in there with your fingers, but it's so tight that I've got to use the tire lever to do it. Creates pinch flats. It happens. It's kind of stuff I'm dealing with, and it's just part of cycling. Best thing that you can do is just get the equipment, the know-how, the skills to be able to deal with it, ride with it. If you got to deal with a flat, you fix a flat. Bring the stuff you need. It's not the end of the world. Don't worry, folks. I'm doing my best here to try to avoid flats because I don't like flats very much either. But some tips to avoid flats. Rub your hand on the inside of the wheel bed. See if there's any spokes or sharp things sticking out underneath the tape that's inside there. And always rub your finger along the inside of the tire. See if there's anything stuck in there. Check the tire for cuts. And just kind of in general, try not to use tire levers when you're wedging the tire back in. Creates problems, my friend. Big problems. But it'll all be okay, Trainiacs. We will get through this. We will get through the great tire Armageddon of 2017, all right? All right? You and me, together.